Welcome everyone. In this video, we will talk about the neuroscience behind weight loss. It's a topic that is way more complex and interesting than you might think. Understanding it can really change how we approach shedding those extra pounds. So let's start with the brain control center for hunger and metabolism, the hypothalamus. This tiny but mighty region is like a CEO of your body in energy management company. It's constantly receiving a processing signal from all over your body to figure out if you need more fuel or if you are got enough in the tank. Inside the hypothalamus, there is a real battle going on. You got the two main group of neurons that is called brain cells. One group which include the neuron that produce neuropeptide Y, that is NPY, and a gouty related peptide which is AGRP. It's like that the friend who always suggesting pizza night. They are all about stimulating your appetite. On other hand, you have got neuron producing pro-omyomelanocortin, that is called POMC, although this is very tough word, and cocaine and amphetamine regulated transcript. This is more tougher than the previous one. Also in short called CART. These are more like your health conscious body who remind you about your diet goal. They work to suppress your appetite. But these neurons are not just doing their own thing. They are heavily influenced by hormones from around your body. Take leptin for example. It's a hormone produced by your fat cell and it acts like a satiety index telling your brain, hey, we have got enough energy stored up, no need to eat more. On the flip side, you have got ghrelin produced in your stomach, which is basically your body way of saying, feed me. It's like your stomach has its own voice and it's not afraid to use it. My friend, our brain has this amazing ability to change and adapt over time, a property called neuroplasticity. This plays a huge role in weight loss and weight management. When we successfully lose weight, our brain actually undergoes physical changes. Scientists have used functional magnetic resonance imaging, that is also called fMRI, to show that the people who lost weight have increased activation in their prefrontal cortex, that is part of your brain involved in decision making and self-control. It's like your brain is leveling up its ability to resist temptation. But let's be real, it's not always a smooth sailing. Our brain have their reward system centered around something called mesolimbic dopamine pathways that can throw us wrench in our weight loss plan. This system includes area like the ventral temporal area and nucleus accumbens, and it's responsible for making us feel good when we eat tasty food. And that's why that slice of chocolate cake feels so rewarding. This reward system is a leftover from our evolutionary past when finding high calorie food was crucial for survival. The problem is, in our modern world of abundant food, this system can work against us. Speaking of rewards, let's talk about the food addiction. Although this is a controversial topic, but some neuroscientists argue that certain food, especially those high sugar and fat, can be addictive in a way that similar to drug. They activate the same reward pathways in the brain. Brain imaging study have shown that the obese individual often have reduced dopamine D2 receptor availability in their striatum, a pattern also seen in the drug addicts. This might explain why some people find it hard to resist certain food. Their brain are literally wired to crave them more intensely. Another major factor is weight loss is stress, and it's all about the brain. When we are stressed, our body releases cortisol, a hormone that can increase appetite, particularly for the high calorie foods. This is controlled by the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis, which is HPA axis. So the chronic stress can lead to dysregulation of this system, potentially contributing to weight gain. It's not just about the willpower, it's about actual change in our brain chemistry that make us more likely to overeat when we are under stress. So the next time you find yourself reaching for comfort food after a tough day, remember it's not just you being weak, it's your brain responding to stress. Now let's talk about the sleep pattern, which also have a huge role to weight loss and weight gain. There is a solid neuroscience behind why getting enough sleep is crucial for weight management. Sleep deprivation affects the activity of the hypothalamus, leading to increased production of ghrelin, which is a hunger hormone, and decreased production of leptin, which is satiety hormone. But it is not just about the hunger hormones. Lack of sleep also impair activity in the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision making and impulse control. This can make it harder to resist high calorie foods. Here is fascinating area of recent research, the gut-brain axis. It turned out that the trillion of bacteria living in our intestine, collectively known as gut microbiome, can actually communicate with our brain through the vagus nerve. This communication can influence our food choices and metabolism, and some gut bacteria can even produce neurotransmitters like serotonin, which influence mood and appetite. It's like we have a second brain in our gut and it got opinion about what we should eat. A study has shown that the change in the gut microbiome can affect brain region involved in appetite regulation. This opens up exciting possibility for the weight loss intervention targeting the gut microbiota. Imagine being able to lose weight by changing the balance of bacteria in your gut. It's not the science fiction, it's active area of research right now. Now let's talk about the exercise. It's a huge role in weight loss management. We all know it burns calories, but it also has profound effect on the brain that can support weight loss. Regular physical activities increase the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, that is BDNF, a protein that supports the growth and survival of neurons. So BDNF have been shown to play a role in appetite regulation and metabolism. Higher level of BDNF are associated with better weight control. It's like exercise giving your brain a boost that help you manage your weight better. Exercise also increases the dopamine transmission in the brain, which can help reduce the food craving and improve mood, making it easier to stick to the healthy diet. So the next time you are dreading a workout, remember that you are not just burning calories, you are reshaping your brain in a way that will help you manage your weight in the long term. Next, we will talk about the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for executive function like planning and control, play a crucial role in successful weight loss. So a study has shown that the individual with greater activity in this region, when presented food with cues, are more successful at losing weight and keeping it off. It's like having a stronger willpower muscles in your brain. Interestingly, the cognitive training exercise that target the prefrontal cortex, such as mindfulness meditation, have been shown to support weight loss effort. This practice can strengthen neuronal pathway associated with self-control, making it easier to resist unhealthy food temptation. So, taking some time to meditate is not just good for your stress level, it might actually help you to lose weight. So, the concept of food cues is also fascinating. Our brain are constantly processing environmental stimuli related to food like smell, sight, even sound. These cues can trigger craving and influencing eating behavior, often without us even realizing it. The orbitofrontal cortex is particularly involved in processing these food cues and assigning value for different food. So understanding how our brain responds to these cues can help us create environment that support healthier eating habits. Next is emotional eating. Emotional eating is another area where neuroscience provides insight. The amygdala, a key in emotional processing, can influence eating behavior. When we are emotionally distressed, activity in the amygdala can override signal from hypothalamus that we are full, leading to overeating. This is why we might find ourselves reaching for the comfort food when we are upset, even we are not physically hungry. Next is insulin hormone, primarily known for its role in regulating blood sugar. This also acts in the brain to influence eating behavior. It can suppress appetite by acting on the hypothalamus. However, in conditions like obesity and diabetes, the brain can become resistant to insulin effects, potentially contributing to overeating. And this insulin resistance in the brain is an active area of research in the understanding obesity. Next important factor is neurotransmitters. The neurotransmitters, the chemical messenger in our brain, play a crucial role in appetite regulation. Serotonin, for example, is involved in the feeling of satiety. Many appetite suppressing drugs work by increasing serotonin level in the brain. Dopamine, as we mentioned earlier, is involved in rewarding aspect of eating. So understanding the complex interplay of these neurotransmitters is also key to developing new strategy for weight management. Now let's talk about the circadian rhythm. Our body internal clock also influences eating behavior and metabolism. The suprachiasmatic nucleus in the hypothalamus regulates this rhythm. So the disruption of our circadian rhythm, like those caused by shift work or jet lag, can lead to change in appetite, metabolism that promote weight gain. That's why maintaining a consistent sleep schedule can be important for weight management. And don't forget about the genetics. So the genetics also play a role in how our brain regulates appetite and metabolism. So variation in gene related to neurotransmitters, hormone and brain receptor can influence an individual's susceptibility to weight gain. And that's why some people seems to gain weight more easily than others. Their brain might be wired differently when it comes to the responding to food cues for regulating appetite. So understanding the neuroscience of weight loss is not just academic, it has a real world implication for how we can approach weight management. For example, recognizing the role of the prefrontal cortex in self-control might lead to more emphasis on cognitive behavior strategy in weight loss program. So understanding how chronic stress affects eating behavior could lead to more integrated approach that address stress management alongside dietary changes. Moreover, this knowledge can help reduce stigma around the obesity and overeating. So recognizing that there are complex neurobiological factors at play can shift the narrative away from the simply blaming lack of willpower. It can also provide hope. If our brain can change to promote weight gain, they can also change to support weight loss. So my friend, when it comes to the losing weight, we are not just fighting against our body, we are working with our incredibly complex and adaptive brain. By understanding the neuronal mechanism at play, we can develop a strategy that work with our brain, not against them, to achieve lasting weight loss. So the next time you are struggling with the diet, remember, it's not just about the willpower, it's about the complex neuronal circuit, hormone and brain chemistry. And armed with the knowledge, we are better equipped to navigate the challenge of weight loss. So my friend, here is to a future where we can harness the power of neuroscience to achieve our health goal. So thank you for the watching and see you in the next video.